The first slide is whereby I want to give a lot of compliments for all the lectures as well as the tutors for OPV 122 for this semester. Well, as for me, there's a lot of information that I've grabbed within this time period that we have spent with our lectures. When it comes to calculating as well as to differentiating the intelligence from one student to the next, I used to believe that every student who used to get 100%, 90% and stuff, that student is being termed as being more than intelligent. But when it comes to educational psychology as part of our module for this semester, a lot has changed. My perception has changed due to the information that I've grabbed. That it was new to me, of course. Um, Educational psychology as well as the other authors that have been quoted, they have explained so well in a way that like it has did added up in my mind that every student who is able to recognize a problem and of course try to come along with possible solution to overcome the problem, then that person or that student is being termed as more as being intelligent enough. So I just want to compliment the information that I grabbed for this semester. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Love Clement. I'm hereby to do a reflection of the topic title Celebrating My Learning Styles as part of OPV 122 Activity 3 for this semester, as well as part of Growth Mindset. Well, if ever may give a bit of a background of what learning styles are. Learning styles are termed as the styles that are much more preferred by any student in order to deal with any intellectual task in a particular way. With this being said, I, as Ndovo Clement, I came to realize that I'm one of those students who is so into doing a lot of research about things that I'm not certain about. And the main motive for this is because that I want to know more than I do currently. So, with this statement being said, it explains a lot about me. Let's say, for instance, like we are given a task whereby like we have to consult a lot of articles, a lot of authors, with regard to the topic. So, let's say I am giving a topic by the title the issue of colonization as an example. So I will have to consult a lot of articles with regard to the topic that I am given. So I will have to do a lot of research and respond to the question so that at the end of the day, I will end up writing in my own words. And with that being said, it then came to my attention that I'm that kind of a student with a reflective learning style, as this it is defined as the style that students have, which enables them to spend more time collecting information, thus searching the memory of various authors as well as external sources, and analyzing its relevance to the solution before offering a response, as this is being distinguished by Morgan in the year of 1997. As Morgan, he is one of the author that has been quoted. And again, one of the author that has been quoted is Keegan. And Keegan do give the difference between reflective as well as impulsive learning styles. And the opposite of what Keegan has discovered when it comes to test of reading and inductive reasoning regarding the first and second grades did say that it favors the reflective student over the impulsive ones because students with reflective learning style do prepare their work in advance to avoid some errors and disappointment. Thank you. Well, as I continue, I came to realize that I have field independent learning styles as well. If ever like I may give a bit of an explanation of how I utilize this learning style, I came to realize that I have a field independent learning style since it was not a trend match for me to respond quickly to any geometric figures that have been aligned with complex display of intersecting lines, or let's say for instance any mathematical figures as a whole. It was not a trans match for me to respond or to figure it out what was expected of me in that way, as this has been explained by various authors that include of course Herbert Whitken, Moore, Gardner, as well as Cox in the year of 1977. Thank you. The next slide is whereby I explain my best challenging learning experience. As Morgan of 1997, Zhang as well as Stenbeck of 2009 as authors as being quoted. They did explain the differences between students who have either field-dependent learning style or field-dependent learning style. So it did happen that the lecture gave us a quiz whereby we have been expected to do a research about the impact of apartheid on the education of the citizens back in the days. As I was searching for the articles in response to the question, I then came across the article that was best for me in a way that it contained all the information that was needed. I then read through the article and tried to make sense out of it. That later got to the point where I reflected my own ideas about the content, the structure, as well as the sequence. So in that way, as I was doing that, I then believe that it was my best challenging learning experience. Thank you. As I explained the most challenging learning experience, it did happen that I was given a task for zoology where I was expected to identify the different parts of the human brain with regard to its location and functions. The structure that I was given, it was not clear enough for me to identify. That later got to the point whereby I struggled a lot in answering the question afterwards. It later came to my attention that the positive effect on field-independent learning style on student achievement is particularly noticeable on the science due to the emphasis on analyzing objects and structures into their different component parts, reorganizing ideas into new configurations, as well as identifying potential new use of that information, as this has been quoted by various authors like Morgan of 1999, as well as Whitken and many more. Thank you. Under electronic poster, I have various learning styles that I've utilized under mental self-government styles by Stenbeck as an author. The first learning style is global learning style, whereby I'm used to scan a reading assignment to identify a major topic while creating an outline of what is expected of me before writing. The second learning style is an external, whereby working with fellow classmates was the best thing ever because who would encourage each other to study in group so that we can help those that they are lacking. And the aim of this was because we want to achieve higher grades at the end of the day. The next learning style is a conservative one, whereby I would follow the rules and instruction very well for every given task so that I may not get penalized at the end of the day. The last one is liberal, whereby I would work out solution to every project that the lecture gave us while following every procedure. Thank you. The last part of this activity is about mindset growth. Well, mindset growth refers to a student beliefs and intelligence. Student with a fixed mindset view abilities and intelligence as a fixed construct. This simply means that students then see abilities and intelligences as aesthetic immutable. I was that kind of a student who used to believe that a student intelligence is measured by his or her grades obtained until I realized how the origin of intelligence testing was conducted by Alfred Binet. Basically, Alfred Binet opened my eyes to see and believe that student who sees a problem and come up with ways to rectify such a problem, then that student, it can be termed as being intelligent. This notion, however, supported me because my perception was then changed, thus resulting in me being able to solve every problem that comes my way and respond to what Binet has taught me. Thank you.